Well, hey you guys, and welcome to another episode of Cars, Bikes and Boats. And guess what? It's bikes today. So this is basically a follow-on from a previous episode. We put on this new back tyre using these new paddock stands, which was awesome. So we basically had to go for a brand new tyre, and I had to take it down and get it fitted. It just wasn't happening at all. So I mean, they even struggled getting it off. So I'm just glad I left it to them. But yeah, pretty much getting there now. The only things I'd really thought about, before the motor vehicle inspection was this broken bracket here across the back, and we're actually going to make a bracket for these headlights. And obviously, just the other day, I got her started back up again. So this morning, I was just checking out all the electrics just to see if everything's working okay. Put a new battery in, which you'll see in there, and just check it out. It's absolutely running perfectly. 2 years, you guys. 2 years this bike's been lying, and she's just looking absolutely brilliant. Everything seems to be working. There we go. Indicators, for example. But yeah, so I checked it all over, and the only thing I found to be wrong or not working is the brake lights. Now, obviously, with a motorbike, your front right hand side's your front brake, like that, which will put the light on at the back. And then you've got your one down here for the back brake, which will also put that same light on. But unfortunately, the brake light doesn't seem to be working. So normally, you guys, if you pull on the front and the front's okay, but the back's broken, the light will still come on at the back. But neither of them are actually setting off the switch, so I'm assuming it's just a bulb or possibly a fuse. The fuse box runs in there, But anyway, before that, you guys, I really need to get this front tyre off and get moving, so I can get the bike kind of mobile first, to get it out of this garage area here and get out into a bit of an open space. So you guys, just just as a little thing, using these paddock stands, I was finding, in the first episode of this video, it was actually really difficult concentrating on the kids' safety, teaching them a thing or two, doing the video and all that at the same time. It was quite a lot. So I thought I'd hit this next part just myself for the time being. But I was going to say, you guys, this is, see this paddock stands here, we bought them from ProWorks, and they are absolutely fantastic. What really good quality for almost all the price of them, And basically, you guys, you can basically lift this bike, which weighs 180 kilos, maybe 200 kilos. You can lift it off the ground just with one hand. But probably seen that in the earlier video, but not using the front paddock stand. Now, when you are using paddock stands, you guys, you can't just use the front one and expect the bike to stay level. It just won't do it. You've got to use the back paddock stand first, get the bike up and stable, and then use the front one. And paddock stands don't actually lift the bike that far off the ground, but that's a very good thing, because you want it to be as low as possible so it's more stable, So what we're going to do is try and blow this tyre up and try and lift. If it doesn't blow up, I'll have to lift it up, take the wheel off, and do the same again as take it down to my mate Tom and get him to put a new tyre on it. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this episode. You guys, again, just practicing. It's really, really good. Hopefully you can maybe learn a wee thing or two. Certainly as I go along here. And like I keep saying, I'm no expert at all. I'm just showing you guys what I do, and hopefully it's a bit of help, you know what I mean? But I really want this bike back on the road, and it's be awesome to get it all sorted out and ready. So hey guys, as you can see, that's the front wheel up and off the deck, which is great. And I'm using the rear paddock stand, but actually it's 2-in-1. This is for the rear wheel, because obviously it's wider, and that one's narrower for the front end of the bike, But this paddock stand here, although it's it's like a universal, although it's a front, it just will not lift the front of the bike. So just swap them round. And we're about to try our very best and blow this tyre up. I'm really hoping that it will go up, because that'll save me having to take it off and then take it down to my mate Tom to get another tyre on it. So here goes, people. But guys, just for safety, always have the back wheel up if you're going to do the front wheel, okay? The bike just will not sit. And also, if you can, I know this is ultra cautious, but that's a ratchet strap coming down onto the bike itself. And that just means if this wobbles or just the worst happens, the bike's not going to go over, you know what I mean? So if you do a ratchet strap like this, just remember when you lift it up, it'll go slack. and just ratchet it up again nice and tight, and that's the bike nice and stable. Because I have to be honest with you guys, if this bike fell over and cracked its plastics, you would be seeing a grown man crying in the corner, let me tell you. I don't want that to happen. So let's switch on the compressor. Where's the button? It's the other way around. Let's see if we can get it to go up. Right, you guys, so well happy. I've actually just taken the bike round the house, into the front garden, gave it a sort of initial polish, and brought it back around here. So I've got a good battery in it now. Back wheel's absolutely perfect, obviously. Now the front, blown it up, and I'm going to check to see if it's going to be flat like tomorrow morning, just to see if there maybe is a slow puncture or something. However, it's good enough to get me down to the MOT station, get it changed over just before its inspection. So like I said, you guys, I mean, basically all we've really got is this indicator here. Look, maybe you can get a real close in. Can't we? It's just snapped off there, like. It's obviously just from where it's been lying, you know, and I've maybe pulled it and snapped it. And the brake light, and I can't remember whether the brake light comes on here or whether that's the brake light there. I think that's the brake light. So what we'll do is take off this sort of back cowling here and off the back seat to get right and about. We'll make a new bracket for there and find out whether it's just the bulb or a fuse that's causing the problem. Because even the front, pull the front brake, there's no illumination. Press the back brake, there's no illumination. So that's pretty odd for them both not to work. So it has to be a fuse. It just has to be. But as you can see, you guys, basically gave him a real good polish up. Still got a bit to do, obviously. You know, the metal work and bits and pieces, but it's going to look really good. So for the next part of this video, hopefully you guys, we're going to fix this all up, and hopefully that'll be it ready for its inspection. And again, hopefully it'll just fly straight through. Hey guys, so as you can see, it is not after supper time. Everything's kind of changed a bit. It's because I ran out of time. I mean, I just really ran out of time before we went away to our Fiscale Loch Ness holiday, which we'll be sharing over this next sort of few weeks, you know. So I just ran out of time, and of course, as you can see, all the stuff's back. The oars of the canoe, the fishing stuff. Oh, it's my tie strap bag, fishing bag, or whatever else. So you get all that stuff stored and put away so I can get back cracking with the fire blade. Now, I think in the last video I said, I think it was just the brake light, wasn't it? And a bracket for here. So I thought, well, maybe just check the fuses first to see if that'll get the brakes to work. And then we'll get cracking, we'll making this, it's like a galvanised bracket, the metal that I've got. And we'll see if we can just reconfigure this back, but just a little bit. See if we can maybe shift this up into here, but we'll see. We'll see when we get to it. Right, you guys, basically just due for a lack of space, I thought I'd just take the front wheel off by myself without filming, because look over in the corner. I mean, we are really wanting to get this house all finished off and buy a more suitable house, or build a more suitable house, I think, because it's really just outgrown us, you know what I mean? But anyway, the front wheel came off easy enough. I was quite surprised. I've never had it off myself. But it was sort of fairly straightforward, just sort of the usual on most bikes, you guys. A couple of bolts that you see there on either side, that loosens off the spindle or the axle, whatever you want to call it. You've also got to remove, and of course on this you've got twin front brakes, so these brake calipers both need to sort of come off the frame of the bike itself to get it out. And basically, you guys, what I always do, here's a wee tip for you, is, you see when I take out a bolt, I just put it straight back into its hole, so it doesn't get lost, because that's really flipping annoying. So basically, you guys, here's the axle, and the way that it basically works is, oh, let's see if I can get this off with one hand. I can't. There we go. This is the way that it should be on the bike. This is the left hand side, or the near side. This is the off side. And what you actually do is that you push this axle in, like that, and then all you have is this at the other side to tighten back up again. And once you have that in position, then you can just re-tighten these bolts right here and put the caliper back on. But again, so don't lose things, spacers, axle, and the bolt itself. Can't do it with one hand, but that's okay. And that's it. So here we go, you guys, we've got it off. And it looks like everything looks kind of really okay. You know, definitely the discs are fine. So really it does need a wee clean and a touch up. But these tyres are almost gone, you know, they're just almost gone. So I think what we'll do is we'll just whip it down to Tom in the car. I think that'll probably be the best idea, eh? And that means that if I do need anything for this bike, or if he has to order this, I can just get cracking with the other jobs, you know. Right, there we go, you guys. So we're down on the fuses first. Because pretty much, you guys, this is the easy option before starting to tear the bike apart. Try this option first. But I was just kind of loosening off these bolts that have got Allen bits on them. And the one at the very front, which is just there, just keeps turning and turning and turning. And it's just a bit awkward to get into because I can't move the handlebars because it's on the paddock stand. And I'm just wondering, can I see up and underneath this without it? Let's see. Oh, that screw's holding it on too then. Oh, we can do that. We can do that. Yeah, the screw on the fairing here's holding this on too. Wow, it's really loose. Didn't even pre-loosen that. Let's see. Oh, I can't sort of get in about it. Right, you guys, so that got a little bit of getting into, as you can see. But I think, as you can see, probably second for the bottom, is it? The 10 amp fuse is the turn, so that's indicators, and the stop, which you'll just kind of see down in there, hopefully. Let's have a look. Probably not. But the fuses are down there. Now, it says that the brake light's obviously linked up to the turning. The indicators, so, as we can see, our indicators work absolutely fine. So it has to be the bulb, unfortunately. Because we have to take this cowling off, I think. Get this all screwed back down nice and tight. That bolt's just so loose, I'll have to get that as well. Yeah, it looks like we'll have to take off the back cowling. Never mind. Right, you guys, so let's hit that cowl. Let's see. I've obviously got the pillion passenger bar on here as well. And I have pre-loosened this couple here just so we're not mucking about. Just so we're not mucking around. But boy, they were tight on. You just wonder if they've ever been off, you know. Excuse me, guys, sorry. And the other side. I just did this one too, you guys, because they were pretty much jammed in there. Got a wee bit to go yet. Like I said, I've never actually had this off before. And I can see there's a flat screwdriver bolt on that side with, what's that, 10mm on that side, I think. So I have to get that one, and I think there's two just up underneath here. And there's one down here. Now, did I loosen this one off? No. My goodness, I'm having no luck. That one is jammed solid. Oh. So you can maybe get this some other way, you guys, without taking it apart too much. Yeah, the other side's nice and loose. Damn. No, it's just one. There's always one bolt, isn't there? Always one. Let's see if we can do it with just one side off. See if I can, you know, I can either do one side off or just take this back and just open it up to really get in. Cause I can't get in there at all. Yeah, let's see if we can do it with a minimum. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking forward to a new garage, you guys. You know that? Got so little room. Let's get this number plate off anyway. It doesn't like that. Doesn't like that at all. It's a shame because even rusty screws and stuff, you know, just don't make the bike look very good at all, you know. It's been on there for a long time. I wonder if it'll come off. Let's see. I don't want it to go snapping the damn thing. That bolt's pricked that, and the screws are quite rounded as well. It's good though. Working on bits of your bike for the very first time, you sort of learn a lot about the bike. Oh yeah, put it on there with some sort of tape as well. There we go, look at that. Try and get you guys a wee bit of a better angle here. It's very tight in this part. You guys, so sorry about that. But can't we get right underneath there with this? Let's start scratching the bike just to get this off. That is rotten, well, rotten rusty. It's not liking me getting in there at all. Let's try a little Allen key instead, I think. Let's sweep it. No, a wee bit too big. A wee bit too big. A wee bit too big. There's a smaller one. Let's see if that's a smaller one, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, we've got her. We've got her. Well, guys, this is the bracket that holds on the indicators that we've got to replace. I've got a feeling there might be a nut in the back there that I'm just spinning at the minute. It certainly feels like it. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, you guys. Like, a lovely clean bolt in the back. Look at that. It's probably the original. Let's see what we can do here. Put your hand right in, and we'll get it. Look. Now I can't leave these screws in. I like to leave them in so I know where they come from. But I can't on this occasion because we're building a new bracket. And I really need this off. You know, let's see. I drop a bolt in there. I did. There you go. So we're pretty on one of those things where as soon as you take one off, another one presents itself. Oh, here we go. Tell you what, we're going to take this off just for the sake of it anyway, you guys. So I'm going to give it a little clean underneath while we're at it. But we're getting away with it. I think we're getting away with it. This side fairing doesn't want to come off. I don't want to force that bolt just now. We'll do it another day. There we go, that's the key mechanism. And here we go. So we've got two. Where's the one for up here? I'm sure we'll find it in just a second. Let's get this nut, this back on here so we know where it is. So here we go, you guys, we've got them. Here we go. Got it off now. Now I need to figure out how to get this off because that bolt is it's sheared in the middle and I just can't get it off. But maybe I don't need it off. Do I? Oh, I think I do. Oh guys, I hope I've got this in shot. I think we're okay. Yeah, I think that screws there hold on this piece of plastic it goes round. So could it be just one of them? We'll soon find out. Hey, let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's got a triple in there. That's like a triple bulb. It's looking okay to me, but what is it? Does it just look a bit dark? Switch the ignition on, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go for the back lights. And I've got another. Right, okay, so I go with this. We're still not getting any brake lights at all. Front or back. It's not the fuse, unless that bit of the bulb's gone, which is starting really hot already. God, looks okay to me. I'm basically just standing on the brakes here. Oh, here we go. Okay. It's certainly not doing it properly. That's it starting to do something. Maybe that's what it does. Does it just do that, you guys? I've still got no back. Back won't do it at all, so I think that probably needs a new switch. This actually happened with the Bandit as well. You know, the bike had been lying for quite some time before I put the Bandit back on the road, and the switch in the back here, I was gone. So I'm going to take off this whole part just now and give it a clean first because it might not need it. And when we head away on down to Tom's with that, I'll be well armed with the things that I need to get this bike finished for its motor vehicle inspection. Right guys, as you can see, we've took off, look at this, we've took off this plate, goes right there, look at that. And that covers that cylinder. And behind down here is the actual switch itself. I don't know if it's actually, I'm going to pick it up. There's the spring right there. What we're going to do is take this part off. And we're going to give it a little clean up and just see if it'll work. I mean, if it doesn't, you know, it's just, the switch is just pennies, you know. I can get the guys to do that down at the shop, you know what I mean. But that is pretty awesome, so let's get this thing off. Yeah, so this is the mechanism in reverse, and obviously that's, you know, you press down with your foot on that. See all the spring work there? And this is the switch section in here. This is all the brake fluid, but that's the switch section there. And it does look pretty crabby. You know what I mean? So I think what we'll do is just give it a good old move around. You know, so the last time this bike was another 2 years ago maybe? Oh no, 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 no. I need you today. I'll go buy another one shortly. Give it a really good WD-40, come on. There we go, let's see if we can get the brake lights to work with that. Okay you guys, now check this out. Let's see if I get my foot on there. And basically what we did, you guys, was, you know, we clarted that with the old WD-40 there. And that really loosened everything off, just moved things around. There's a little adjuster just there, just needed a slight adjustment. So I bolted it back onto the bike, or just as much, you know, because that's the best way to do it. So it's absolutely solid. That's the way it's going to work. But boy, oh boy, you guys, we've cracked it. See, pop that bit on there, tighten that 2 bits back up again, and that is that, you guys. So you guys, that's just really the end of this particular episode, which is the second of 3 on this Fireblade Resurrection. And I think we did pretty good today. And I just want to thank you, because I've not really done these types of videos before, you know, so camera angles, noise, lighting, all those sort of different things. So hopefully we did okay. Diagnosed the problem, fixed it, absolutely sorted, which is great. So in the next episode, just to finish this one off, we're going to hit that bracket in the back there, which shouldn't take too long at all. Fit the new front tyre from Tom's, the new front wheel from Tom's I should say, get it all back on, and put this bike all sort of back together and the various bits I've worked on. But for now, the bits I've worked on today, I'm going to go and put all the bits and pieces back on again. So thank you so much again for watching, you guys, and I hope you enjoy the next episode.